Close your eyes. Take one breath that belongs only to you. Not to your work. Not to the version of you that's always performing. But to the core of you, the quiet child inside, who once knew they were enough. Tonight, we return to that sacred truth. Tonight, we undo the noise. We won't just fall asleep. We will awaken, in the deepest sleep, to the unshakable truth: you are worthy. You are loved. You are whole. Let your body settle. Truly settle. As if this moment were the final destination of a long journey. You are not preparing for anything. You are not rehearsing peace. You are in it. Imagine your weight being gently carried by the earth. Not as a burden, but like an honored guest being welcomed home. Each breath is a return ticket. Each exhale, a letting go of everything that told you not yet, not enough, not now. Let me tell you a story. My grandmother was a rice farmer in the Mekong. She never learned to read, but she could sense the weather through her skin. She knew when rain would come by how the wind shifted in the banana trees. She didn't use calendars. She used the moon. Every morning, before sunrise, she'd sit on the bamboo floor, legs crossed, back tall, and press her palm gently to her chest. And she'd whisper to no one in particular, "My heart has not failed me yet. It still beats. I still matter." She had no journals, no apps, no hashtags. But she lived more present in 1 hour than many of us do in a year. She once told me, the soul doesn't need much. Just time and silence to remember itself. Tonight, let's give ourselves that. Let each breath carry you deeper. With every exhale, release the voices that told you, "You're too sensitive. You're not strong enough. You should have moved on already. You don't deserve rest." None of that is true in this room. Not here. Not now. In this breath, you are enough. In this stillness, you are home. This is exactly where healing begins. Now, settle further. Let go of how healing is supposed to look. There is no right posture, no perfect mindset. There is only this breath. And you. You may hear the sound of your own heartbeat. You may hear thoughts rise. That's okay. Stillness doesn't mean silence. Stillness means you no longer chase noise. You are not escaping life. You are returning to the ground beneath it. Now, we begin the descent inward. Not downward, but inward. To the spaces your body has kept closed. To the memories it held because your mind didn't know how to. We begin at the feet. Feel them. The soles. the arches, the heels. They carried you through cities, into rooms you didn't want to enter, and away from places you wished you could have stayed longer. They never asked for thanks. But tonight, let's offer it. Move to your calves. These are your endurance. Every time you pushed through, these were the muscles that obeyed. Without complaint. Breathe into them. Then, your knees. They hold history. They bend, they break, they rebuild. How many times did you fall in childhood, skin torn, heart unbroken? How many times did you rise? Now, your thighs. Power, strength, resistance. Allow them to rest. Not because they're weak, but because they've been warriors for long enough. Now pause. Arrive at your hips. The hips are where emotion goes when it has nowhere else to go. Shame settles here. So does longing. Fear clutches at the pelvis. Guilt knots itself in the iliac crest. A story. I once worked with a woman named Maria. She was 48 and hadn't slept through the night in years. Every time she lay down, her hips screamed. Doctors said inflammation. Scans showed nothing. But her pain? Real. In meditation, we journeyed inward, no tools, no force. Just breath and listening. And there it was, her hips were holding grief. The grief of a marriage she sacrificed her identity to preserve. The sorrow of years spent apologizing for her needs. One night, she whispered to her hips, "You're safe now. I see you. You can let go." That night, she slept 6 hours straight. The first time in over a decade. What the mind suppresses, the body stores. And what the body stores, the breath can begin to release. So now, breathe into your hips. Not to fix them, to witness them. Now, your belly. Soften. You don't need to hold it in. This isn't a photo shoot. Let go of performance. Let go of how you should look. Let go of control. Your belly is where you digest life. If you've had trouble letting go, chances are it started here. Now your chest. Your chest, your lungs, your heart, has expanded to hold back words you couldn't say, and also the breath you forgot to take. Let it open. Imagine breath as water flowing through a dry riverbed. Let it fill you. Let it rinse. Move upward. Your shoulders. The carriers of invisible weight. Other people's expectations. Deadlines. Emotional labor. Drop it. Even if just for tonight. Feel them fall like autumn leaves, surrendering without struggle. Now, your throat. Your voice. Have you swallowed too many truths? Have you said I'm fine when you were not? Let your throat open. Let the breath touch your voice, even if you speak no words. Now your jaw. Unclench. It's safe now. Your face. Your forehead. Your eyes. Soft. So soft. Let the body know. It is no longer at war. It no longer needs to armor up. Now that your body is resting, let's journey, not away from yourself, but deeper into yourself. Imagine you're walking barefoot along a forest path. The air is cool, laced with pine and moss. A mist rolls gently along the forest floor, not ominous, but sacred. Like the breath of something ancient. Each step you take feels familiar. As if you've walked this path before, in another life, or a forgotten dream. And then, a clearing. Sunlight spills through. At the center, a small wooden cabin. Not grand. Not polished. But undeniably, yours. You step inside. It's warm. A fire crackles. The scent of sandalwood and cedar rises. There's a chair by the window. A bed layered in soft quilts. And on the table, a letter. It's addressed to you. You open it. The ink is soft, handwritten, your own hand, but steadier. It says, "You are not broken. You are blooming. This is your sanctuary. A space no one else can enter. A space that cannot be destroyed, only forgotten. A true story." There was a man named Lucas. After his divorce, he lost everything: home, family, identity. He fell into silence. But one day, he began to paint. He painted a cabin. Always the same. Always in a forest. He didn't understand why, until one night, he stood in front of it, tears falling, and whispered, "This was where I left myself." That cabin was not just imagination. It was memory. It was healing. Tonight, build that cabin in your mind. Let it have a window that catches moonlight. Let it hold a chair where the real you can sit, untouched by time or fear. Let this sanctuary be where you go when you forget who you are. Let it be your anchor, your mirror, your refuge. Now that your breath has slowed, your body softened, and your sanctuary revealed, we begin the sacred remembering. Affirmations are not magic spells. They are not wishes whispered into the dark. They are invitations. They are truths we forgot, now knocking gently to be let back in. Affirmation 1, I am worthy of love and respect. Not because you did something amazing today. Not because you earned it. But because you exist. You were born whole. You arrived on this earth already stamped with worth. Story: a boy named Eli was adopted at age 5. He used to say, "I was chosen, but I still feel like I wasn't enough." His therapist asked him to say this affirmation daily: "I am worthy of love and respect." At first, he couldn't say it out loud. But after 6 months, he didn't just say it, he believed it. Not because someone told him so, but because he had felt his own tears, honored his own pain, and realized he mattered all along. Affirmation 2: I trust myself. You have doubted. You have second-guessed, replayed, hesitated, spiraled. And yet, here you are. Alive. Intact. Awake enough to be here. That means your inner compass worked. Even when your mind was foggy. Even when the voices outside were louder than the ones inside. Reflection: think of a moment you knew something was off, and later, were proven right. That was your intuition. Not coincidence. Trust it. Affirmation 3: I maintain sacred boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are invitations to meet you in love. They say, "This is where I end, and you begin." Real life example: a woman named Tamara once told me she used to say yes to everything: favors, late night calls, unpaid overtime, because she was afraid of losing people. Now, she says yes to herself first. And the people who stayed? Those are the real ones. Affirmation 5: My needs matter. You are allowed to rest. To take up space. To want. Wanting isn't selfish. It's human. Tonight, say yes to your needs. A full body yes. No shrinking. No apologizing. You belong in the room. In the conversation. In the light. Let these affirmations continue, flowing like a river. I forgive myself. I speak with clarity and kindness. I hold compassion for my imperfections. I release what does not belong to me. I choose peace over perfection. Let these truths imprint deeply into your breath. Not shouted, but whispered with certainty. You are not learning these. You are remembering. Now, let your breath become softer. Let your body melt into the surface beneath you. And see this, a version of you, standing in the light. Not someday. Not hypothetical. A real you. Already within. They walk into a room with calm shoulders. They speak without explaining. They love without performing. They say no, and do not tremble. This future self, confident, kind, rooted, is not a stranger. They are you, minus the fear. You already have the ingredients. Tonight, you are putting them together. Picture a moment, 6 months from now, when you are faced with a choice. Old you would shrink. New you smiles, breathes, and stands firm. Feel that spine. That strength. This is not a fantasy. This is a rehearsal. The more you practice it here, in your sanctuary, in your breath, the easier it becomes out there. Let that version of you whisper to your current self, I'm already here. Keep breathing. I've got you. And with that whisper, drift deeper into your own becoming. As this journey draws near its close, know this. Nothing was added to you tonight. Only revealed. You are not healing to become worthy. You are healing to reclaim what was always yours. Let these final truths wrap around you. You are lovable. You are resilient. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are ready. Think of one person who would be proud of the work you did tonight, even if they're no longer here. Smile for them. For you. Your body will sleep, but your soul will rise. The earth holds you. Your breath guides you. Your truth protects you. And when you wake, take up space. Walk slowly. Speak kindly to yourself. Make decisions like someone who matters. Because you do. Sleep now. Not to escape, but to integrate. You are whole. You are healing. You are home.